Yes, family, I'm back again. I told you I'd be back. I ain't going no way. You understand me? Hailing from the Carolinas. I'm your gracious host, Drummer Boy 1980 family. Hope you had a good day. If not, you know the old adage. Ask yourself why. And remember, happiness is an inside job. It's an internal affair. You heard me? Let's jump right off into this thing. Shout out to Anton Daniels, JR, Chicago Rilla, and everybody else over there. All right? Let's jump right off into this reaction.
For us to say that, like, they're still going to do that. That doesn't make them less of a man or a woman. For our standards of the pedigree that we would like for people that are going to be around us, but I don't think that makes them a man or a woman any less. To me, they're not. But if she's not a good woman, but she's not less than a woman, and he's not less than a man. There's no less. So you telling me a man or a woman is a female or a male human being. That is.
But I added the context of how it is that we're talking about it, and everything is not definitive as far as according to the definition of what a man and a woman is. We're talking about figuratively speaking. And you using, you being able to use what it is that you have in order to fulfill a purpose as a man or a woman, right? A man is not just in general, based off of how we live our lives in society, is not supposed to do certain things, right? I'll give you an example. If a man hit a woman just out of the blue and he just slap her in the face just right off the bat, is he any less of a man?
He's a bad man.
Less of a man, yeah.
Oh, he not less of a man. He's just a bad man.
He would be called less of a man if we.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if we don't
he's a coward. Less of a man.
And a coward and a horrible man.
Answer, and you went off into the basket weaving Kanye West situation.
You said what, Kay?
Anton, what are, for real, like not like, a joke. What are the occupations that a man could have that you would consider him less of a man for having?
There's plenty of them that people identify as occupations that I think that are illegal.
I can't hear.
Hold on. Let Anton then Rilla.
No. Before he answers, because I think it's important, because we do this a lot.
What? Come on, Chicago. Please let this man.
That's what I've been trying to say to you for the last 5 minutes, Kay. Do y'all understand what Anton is saying that we talking about?
I'm trying to get it from Anton. You step right there.
I understand what
Let's let Anton answer.
No, okay. You're so concerned with getting your question answered, you don't even know the perspective in which he's answering the question. We keep going around in these circles because you talking from a female perspective. We're talking from a male perspective. He just set the premise and the baseline for you.
I get it.
He's going to answer it, and then guess what? You're going to have a follow-up question. Then another follow-up question. Then another follow-up question that leads us on the road to nowhere.
Okay, thank you, Chicago.
Well, all I asked was, did you understand what the brother said? That's just a yes or no. Did you understand how he defined how we're talking about less than a man or less than a woman?
Chicago, I just want one answer from Anton. What are the career?
All right, let's watch how this play out. I want the chat to watch.
But why? Okay. I have a question.
Anton,
why is
what are the career choices?
What we're talking about when Kay was talking to Jonathan about?
Boy, I tell you, is anybody else confused? Do anybody understand what Anton Danes was talking about? Nobody is not talking about from a human being perspective, from an ontology perspective. We're not talking about the essence of the person. Why is that so hard? It's not a Chinese arithmetic. I believe they just being disingenuous. You know what I mean? Who don't understand what he talking about? Just a random guy go up and slap a woman in his face. The first thing that most women would say is that is a less of a man from a societal standpoint. And everybody know this. It's not hard. What Kay just asked was, what kind of jobs can a man have that make him less than a man? I know y'all gonna get mad. I don't care. You should know this by now. This Drummer Boy 1980. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, family. A drug dealer. Nobody don't respect no drug dealer. This nigga pause in the community and then give out turkeys doing Thanksgiving. Ain't nobody don't respect that. Man, please. Chop that nigga head off. A pimp? Nobody don't respect no pimp. Huh? You heard me, huh? I know you get mad, but you'll be all right. Nobody don't respect no deadbeat dad. A true deadbeat dad. You understand? You heard me? Nobody don't respect no woman beater. He's less than a man. That's how it goes. But we not talking about the essence of the guy. We are talking about how society view people. You understand that? You heard me. Moving right along. You notice what Chicago Gorilla said, right? That once Kay asked one question, she just go continue to ask questions. Now watch very closely. Pay very close attention. Be attentive. Let's do it.
JB, hold on, JB.
I mean, I thought I answered the question pretty thoroughly.
Things, okay. Let's take away
librarian is not.
Real, I think you were right, Rilla.
Okay.
Real, I think you were right. Rilla, hold on. I think Rilla was right. Rilla, what did you say?
Listen.
What did you predict that was going to happen?
Once he answers the question,
I'm just
gonna be a
hold on, Kay. Hold on.
Listen, there's gonna be a follow-up question. Then there's gonna be another question. Then there's gonna be
another.
Was
right on that.
And it's gonna lead us down this road to nowhere. Because we're gonna be like, okay, well, what was the purpose of that? What were we talking about again?
No, that's not.
I just want the answer.
Listen, I think that a man can do anything legal.
And still
I choose not to. I think that instinctively most men have less respect for certain men that do certain things. That's just natural.
Hold up. So, okay, there's an even stronger answer though, right? Because even when Anton, we can't actually get rid of the illegal stuff because sex work is illegal in most cases. Okay, so we can't then say on the male side we're gonna take away. Hold up,
hold on, Kay. You gotta let him finish, Kay.
Let me make my point, right? So practically speaking, Kay.
I'm just waiting on Courtney to call you Junior, and then I know
practically speaking, Kay, right? Practically speaking, even the drug dealer example, right? Practically speaking, he is less of a man, and actually the system makes him literally makes him less of a man, right? When they lock your ass up after you get caught up, when they lock you up, you are less of a man because you don't have your freedom, right? You have the structure, the system, quote unquote, controlling your every move, right? They're telling you when you can do this, when you can do that. You're less of a man by definition just by committing these crimes, by having that is an occupation. If we're gonna take sex work on the female side, we can't take drug dealers on the male side, right? We can take both examples. So the same way being a drug dealer effectively makes you less of a man, practically speaking, right? A man who has to squat and cough, he's less of a man than me.
Some of y'all favorite rappers and people y'all
he's less of a man than me. Like that's just
hold on, Kayla. Let him cook, Kayla.
JB, do you not know?
JB, is a pimp considered less of a man?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm asking the ladies.
What about y'all homeboys?
Listen, I love him.
Let me ask you a quick question. What about your homeboys that work these great jobs?
I can't stop this.
That are these great men that buy these hoes.
Wait, are you ladies going to
What about them?
Who's my homeboy?
Hold on, y'all. Let Rilla and Kayla go at it.
Who's homeboy?
Chicago real on fire, ain't it? Huh? Did he call it or did he call it? Give a round of applause for Chicago Rilla. Everybody catching on to the tactics. It's null and void now. JR stepping up. Can't be quiet. Let him finish. That's how you do it. For everybody can get their talking points across. Why is it that people can't finish their thoughts? I don't understand that. Huh? A pimp is less of a man. A man don't respect that profession. A drug dealer? I don't care what rapper or whoever he is. Who cares? Ain't nobody don't respect no drug dealer. I don't care if he rich. Who cares? He's still less than a man. Your bank account don't equate whether you a man or not. But I like money now. Don't get me wrong. But we not talking about from that. We don't respect that. Whenever that we talk about being less than a man, we are talking about the respect. It's very simple. It's just that simple. I just dropped it. Pick it up. You heard? Whenever that we speak in terms of being less than a man, we are talking about solely from a respect level. You heard? A man that don't take care of his kids, we don't respect that. You less than a man. You go around beating up women. You less than a man. We don't respect that. And here come Kayla talking about, how about the guys that buy hoes? They always try to move the goalposts. Ain't nobody's talking about that. We ain't talking about that. Lord have mercy. Remember this, Kayla. There is a reason why most guys don't marry hoes unless they don't have no other choice. That is not our preference. Remember that. If you are a well-known streetwalker, a guy that's built, he's up on it, most of the time he's not gonna marry you unless he a simp. Nobody don't do that. Cast that out the window. You heard me? Last but not least, remember, you can't do what men do. there are biases in the world. They some that work in your favor and they some that work against you. It's called life. Accept it or you don't have to accept it. But it is what it is and it's going to be what it's going to be. Moving right along.
Hold on, y'all. Let Rilla and Kayla go at it.
Who's on boy
and buying strippers?
I asked the question to the ladies. When y'all done bumping your gums, I asked the question to the ladies. Is pimping considered less of a man?
Oh gosh.
Yes. Puffing like she don't understand the question.
No, I understand the question fully. My thing is that
just answer the question. Just answer the question. Yes or no, y'all.
No, if you ain't choosing, you're losing, Kay. Now, come on now. You gonna get down with the get down now? Come on.
No, I don't think that people are less of a man or less of a woman based on their career. As I've been saying this whole time.
No, a pimp is not a less of a man, right?
Oh my goodness.
Listen, KKK, listen. If you can say a yes or no and then add the context, we'd appreciate it.
Okay. I think a pimp can still be a man. I do not think that that's an honorable man. I mean, he's obviously destroying lives and doing all types of things.
Is he less of a man, yes or no?
I already answered that.
I just want you to say yes or no.
You said no.
He's saying no. Okay, let's go with
those murderers. Y'all said felt no shame.
Okay, let's go. Let's go with your.
Whoa.
Logic. Okay, let's go with your logic.
It's not my logic.
Everybody be quiet except K and
JD, I gave the perfect example.
Okay, let's go.
I walk up to you and I slap you in your face for no reason at all, and I slap a woman down. Am I less of a man? That's the perfect example.
So, Kay, let's
Wait, hold on, JB. You can just go straight down the panel. Courtney, am I less of a man if I just walk up to a woman and slap her in her face?
Yes.
Q?
But here, yes, that's what pimps do.
Am I less of a man if I walk up to a woman and just slap her in the face?
Kayla? Are you listening?
Sorry, I was in the chat.
Am I less of a man if I walk up to a woman and just slap her in the face for no reason at all?
You a weak man.
Exactly. No. It's a yes or no. Am I less of a man or not?
No.
Oh my God.
Okay, I'm sorry, K. Am I less of a man if I walk up to a woman and just slap her in the face?
Yes or no?
You're just a raggedy.
Yes or no?
I just said you're still a man.
Just say
yes or no.
Raggedy as hell.
Just say yes or no.
Y'all just said earlier 10 minutes ago he was less of a man. I'm so confused.
I don't know. This is the problem.
Didn't he say that?
Let me say something. And this is why I think.
Go ahead, Courtney.
Do anybody see this ridiculousness? A simple yes or no will suffice. Instead of saying yes or no, she got to take you all the way around the mulberry bush. Want to explain? Yes, he is, or no, he isn't, and then give the context. Anton tried to get it out of her. JR tried to get it out of her numerous times. But do you see how defiant she is? She defiant. She is literally defiant. Do anybody see it? It's not me. You see it with your own two eyes. Seeing is believing. Most of the time anyway. Do anybody see this? Anton gave you the perfect example, right? He said, if a man walk up to a woman and just slap her in the face, and he asked the ladies, Courtney said yes. Simple yes. Island Girl said simple yes. Kayla, she up in the chat. Don't make no sense. But you notice the word that she used. He's a weak man. Okay, weak mean lesser. You ever thought about that? Weak mean lesser. And Kay couldn't just give a simple yes or no answer. You see this? Boy, whoever your significant other is, I know what kind of guy he is. Because I ain't no way on God green earth.
Let me ask you a question, right? Kay, let me ask you a question.
Hey, one at a time.
So you said earlier, you just said a moment ago, right? You agreed a moment ago that, let's say, the pimp is a less honorable man. That's what you said, right? Yes or no? Because you just said that a moment ago, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so would a less honorable man be less honorable, like less of a man than a more honorable man?
They're both still men. One is just
That's
less.
Not what
honorable.
I asked you. Okay, I didn't ask you if they were men. I just asked you, would a less honorable man be less of a man? I'm not saying they're not men. Would a less honorable man be less of a man than the more honorable man? Yes or no? It's a simple question, Kay.
I'm going to answer it, JB. No, they're both men, but one is just ain't whatever, and one is
established that they're men. Okay, the very fact that I'm saying less of a man means that we've established there's still men. So that's not the question.
I think we have to acknowledge that men and women do things that aren't good, and that we cannot try to separate the two.
That's not the question I asked you, Kay.
There are plenty of men that do negative things. There are plenty of women that do negative things, and there's still women. There's still men.
Can you answer the question, Kay? You're not answering the question.
I answered it. I literally answered it.
That was her answer.
I got a question then.
Let us go. Hey,
I literally answered JB.
This is the very reason right here. You don't need women in charge. I'm sorry, ladies. I love y'all. I respect you. But this is why you don't leave them in charge. Because everybody got to be all inclusive and all this crazy nonsense, asinine buffoonery. Good Lord. It's simple. It's not hard at all. It's KISS. It's an acronym for Keep It Simple, Stupid. It's very simple. It's nothing complex about this. They have laid the foundation and have established that they both men, but one of them is lesser. Anybody can understand that. A fifth grader can understand that. But leave it up to K. Oh, I tell you, I got a headache right now and I ain't even half the way through yet. Jesus Christ. Somebody touch and agree and pray for me. Remember, you can't save everybody. Some people just got to fall by the wayside. God, Lord have mercy.
I will find the receipts.
Okay, can I ask a question real quick? Did you say good? Is what I'm asking. Did you say good?
I said that some men who are, I don't know, what are you talking about? I'm not sure.
That's a pretty simple question. My question, I don't think the question is, did you say good man would? Okay, if he was a good man, he would. Right?
Yeah,
you said that.
I don't know if I said that, but I agree with that.
Right. Okay, so all right, cool. So good is the standard. Is there a lesser standard than good?
Bad. I don't know.
Okay, so then therefore he would be lesser of a man. If, I'm saying, but based on your own criteria, which you said a good man would, and if he's not doing what the good man would, then he's less of a man based on your own standard.
That's not her logic.
No, humble.
The opposite of good is bad, not less.
Exactly. There's good and bad.
That's not her logic. That's not her logic.
Me and Courtney could both be out here. We're both still women. We could do different things, but we're still women. Some people might consider her good or her bad, or me good or her bad. We're still women.
So you're saying that. So you're telling me that you can have. Can you have a great man? Can you be a great man? Or you're only telling me that it's good or bad?
And you know,
I'm not trying to argue. I'm trying to
be respectful. I don't get where this is going.
Well, I didn't change the conversation. My first initial question was, what is the definition of a woman?
Random questions when I've been answering.
No.
I think Kay's
feel
like I'm back against the wall with you, humble dad. Like I think she met her match, humble dad.
100%.
Why is it okay for Jay to ask a million questions?
Really, I got you. I got you. Listen, I'm not trying to come at you in any type of way. Me personally, I'm always trying to move the conversation forward. So if you have a definition, then we can go on your definition. And so I'm simply asking you, what's your definition of good man? And you said you don't know. Other people on the panel said yes. You said I would say that.
You didn't. Come on.
Okay, you did say good.
My definition of a good man might be different than Kayla's, might be different than Island's, might be different than
100%. But I'm not talking to them. I'm asking you. Based on your...
Okay, then let me answer if that's what you want me to answer.
100%.
Because I don't even remember us having this conversation about what's a good man versus a bad one. I thought you asked me what qualifies as a woman. I thought that was what you asked. But
that was the initial question, yeah.
Okay, so we're talking about this, and you're asking me now. Don't try to twist it like you've been asking me this, because you didn't. If you're asking me what is a good man, in my opinion, it's a man with integrity, a man that's honest, a man that perseveres, a man that has goals, a man that, has his things in order and is not really projecting them onto other, like his downfalls or whatever, onto other people. He might not even have his things in order.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is how you get lost in the sauce. You get lost in translation. They so far removed from the original question. They was talking about women. The conversation morphed into something about a man. Do anybody see this? It went from a woman. No, excuse me. It got me mixed up. It went from what is a woman to a man. The conversation changed genders. Do anybody see that? This drummer boy, y'all. The conversation changed genders. It went from literally a woman to a man. Shout out to the LGBT. Moving right along, guys.
No, I don't think that way. And if you think that way, that's fine. But we disagree, and that's okay.
All right, cool. And then, so for the women, the question would be: would you be okay with your son being a pimp, or with your daughter being a prostitute? Would you be like, oh yeah, you can still be a value to your society?
See how we're reaching for straws? It's just
no. Those were the two professions that we talked about.
What does this have to do? Whether you want your child to do something, what does that have to do with whether or not someone is a woman or not?
Because no, we didn't say is a woman. We said less of.
That will tell you a lot about what somebody really thinks, right? When it comes to their own children, that will tell you a lot. So, that his question is actually a very good question.
Ooh, wait! Chicago Rilla. Humble Dad told you he got it. And didn't he get it? That's Jordan. Flu game. Huh? Tom Brady in the fourth quarter. I heard a rat pissing on cotton, as they say in the South. I heard crickets rubbing their thighs together. It was silence. This is the first time I can remember in Lapeef history that it was complete silence. Silence of the lamb, Clarice. I ate his liver with some fiber beans. Would you want your child to be a pimp or a prostitute? See, the truth will hog tie you. And everybody, did you witness that? That's golden right there. I need to play it over. Humble Dad, shout out to you, brother. JR, shout out to you too, man, for moderating, keeping people in check. Appreciate that, bro. And you know what? I'ma end it right there. Cause Humble Dad done literally gave us a moment of silence. He killed somebody talking points. Literally. Huh? Hit that like button, family. Share. Hit the cash app for me. Subscribe. Come on back, y'all. You know who I am. If not, you will know me sooner or later. You heard? Family, like I always tell you, I appreciate you tenfolds over. Until next time, peace.